Alright, here I am back. This is Kristen with Epic Childhood and the Ultimate Light Table Guide, and I'm here to do the second segment of this little series of videos showing you some products by KotoKids.com. So this I talked about in the last part of the first video, which I had showed you the messy play tray, which I have that sitting on another light table right now just to get it off of there. So this is what the weaving ring looks like when it's all nice and connected and everything. Very, very, very cool item. And I have a little bag full of all kinds of string and this and that and the other to demonstrate from there. But actually, I want to go ahead and show you another item before I get into that. All right. So I'm gonna go over here, and I have this little tray on top of another light table just to be able to show you this product. This is another one of KotoKids.com's new sensory materials, which is really cool, and it's also washable or sanitizable. And it is their sensory beads. See, they're these little white translucent beads. You can see through them and everything. And I just have some random fall doodads in there. I'm actually gonna have to change these over because we're in a new season now. I've had these on here for a little while. But we have been playing with this sensory material for a couple months now, and it's really, really, really cool. So what I like about this is the fact that it is translucent. So if you put a bunch of little, I have little creatures in here right now as well as leaves, but you can kind of cover them up and still see their coloring through there, which is really neat. I really, really like that this material is washable because from time to time, things can get icky, and if you're using this in somewhere where you have multiple children or a child care scenario of some sort, that's a must to be able to wash sensory materials. And I'm hearing that a lot of child care facilities or centers are veering away from sensory play materials right now, and that's not a good thing for the children. I realize that in the times of COVID, which we've been dealing with this for well over about a year now, somewhere at that point, people are really afraid of letting the children touch things that could be contaminated. But for the fact that this can be separated into several smaller bins maybe, and then each individual section of it can be washed. Maybe if you're in a child care type scenario and you only have just a small number of children, maybe in an in-home daycare or something, or maybe your child care facility is separated into different classes and maybe you only have 4 to 6 children in your class, you could definitely take little amounts of this and put them in little dollar store shoebox type bins, those clear ones that are supposed to be like shoebox size or whatever. Those would be absolutely perfect to create several small sensory bins for the children in your group or setting, and it would be a little easier to control keeping germs to one child, not sharing them with the others. You could put their names on the top of the bins and maybe put them all in separate places so they don't get mixed up. So that's another idea, and you could definitely do that as well with the Jurassic Sand, which I was talking about, and you won't be able to see it lit up here because I have it sitting in the messy play tray on top of another light table just to get it off of here so I can show you more products on the Koto Light Laboratory. But this could be separated into several small bins too, and then technically you wouldn't have to deal with washing it so much if it were like each individual child kind of had their own tiny little portion. At least they would be having a portion of it and also be able to partake in sensory play. Okay, so let me move on now to this stuff. And let me get this out of here. And I really need to invest in one of those things that hold up your camera or phone while you're trying to do a video. So I'm gonna maybe try to put this down for a minute. I don't want sand to go up in my phone though, so that would be bad. You know what? I have this little cool hippie frisbee thing. I'm gonna set my phone on that, and I apologize that you just are seeing the light table right now with nothing on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and open this bag and get out this next set of material. Okay, right there. Here we go. Okay. So let's just get prepared here, because I pulled out these little extra trays and they are falling off there. Okay. Alright, so what I have here, and seriously, you can use whatever you want. But, well, there's knots in this little guy here, but I have these lacing, they kind of look like shoelaces, but they really could be. They were from like a lacing activity that I had for my twins when they were younger. I think there were like alphabet blocks or maybe animal blocks or maybe part animal and part alphabet or something that went on them. But we've saved these, and I have the other materials put away, you know, stored away and everything, but we save these items for, you know, my twins like to be creative with things and like hang their men, like they're hanging off the side of a building or something, and they'll hook them onto something and they're climbing the rope, you know, they're using a rope to climb up. They still like to play with like their action figures and Lego men and things like that. These right here, you're probably wondering what these are. Actually, I'll grab one of these because I think that one is missing a piece off of it. This was to hold a bottle or a sippy cup or a one of those travel snack containers that, you know, have the little lids on them where you reach down and pull it out and supposedly it won't fly everywhere and you won't have goldfish all over the car. Well, anyway, we saved these because they're really neat. They're, you know, they're on elastic and everything, and they are washable. They're very durable. They were from a company that sent me these years ago. Little Lasso is the name. I don't know if they're still in business, but I certainly hope they are. It was a few mothers who had gotten together and created these. They were all mothers of children with Down syndrome, and it's a neat little story there and a little website. But they do very high quality work. They really do, and they had all kinds of cool patterns and things. So if you do have little ones and you're looking for this type of thing, see if Little Lasso is still available. See if their website is still up. I honestly don't know at this point. It's been years. I also have this. This is a really interesting, like, not string, but like some kind of yarn or whatever. And it's got little sequins in it. And I think I just kind of just braided a few pieces of it. And then there's also some yarn in here. You can also use twine or string or whatever you please. And the kids can do all kinds of creative lacing on this. And like, for example, I kind of braided this on here and tied the ends. So I put an end on it, and now I can stretch this across and right over to that side. See, it's real nice. It stays really nice and sturdy and everything. This all does come apart and can be folded up and stored on the lower part of the table or wherever you want to store it, on a shelf, in a closet. So let me just hook this ring on this. Whoops. And then I can stretch that over here and put it on that. So you kind of get the idea of, you know, the kids can do all kinds of weaving and lacing, and this is basically like a really cool way of doing weaving or lacing because it's over the light table and you can be as creative, or the kids can be as creative. And I definitely would say, you know, parents or teachers, join in and join in on the creativity with this, because it really is an enjoyable and relaxing thing to do. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. I'm going to remove these items from the table, including this, and put up the next thing to show you.